also. And hindi lang ito kwento. This is a story wherein someone goes along with them in their journey.
And because this is already our last live testimony, we will not be the ones who will introduce our testimonial speaker. May we call here in front Dr. Grace Saraza, PhD, SNED. A round of applause, please.
Good evening, everyone. Our last presenter to speak to us in front. She's a mother. She's a wife of an OFW. You know how hard or tough life to live alone. We are considered as dysfunctional family as well. In spite, meron po siyang anak na nasa autism spectrum disorder. And to share her story, I would like to call on stage Ma'am Amelia Bolifer from Cotabato City.
Thank you, Ma'am Grace. Good afternoon to everyone. I have almost the same story with a mother with autism, but I think our journey is different. My son is diagnosed in autism at 3 years old. Pero dahil praning ako na nanay, I have to start early. When my son is diagnosed, I cried, of course. From Davao to Cotabato, iniyak ko lahat yon. But after that, I have to think, ano ang dapat gawin para matulungan ko ang anak ko. So that's where our journey starts. So pumunta ako sa OT, pumunta ako sa lahat ng mga therapy, pinasok ko. At the same time, mayroon kami mga summer class with regular school. Then after that, may nakita ako, sabi ko, kulang pa rin ang development. Parang hanggang 2 months lang, stagnant ulit. So, hanap na naman. Lipat na naman sa iba. Then, here comes, kailangan ko ulit ipa-evaluate ang anak ko. Year 2019, we go to St. Luke's Medical City with Dr. Dimalanta. Francis Xavier Dimalanta. Siguro kilala niyo siya. Then that time, when we go to Dr. Dimalanta, he is already 5 years old and kindergarten. So sinisikap ko talaga siyang irregular school kahit mahirap. But after Dr. Dimalanta, COVID dumating. So 2 years of the milestone na dapat mas mag-improve na ang anak ko na wala yung opportunity. So regression starts, yung sinasabi niya na sira ang gamit, dinaanan namin yun, yung TV namin sira. Lahat ng gamit namin sira, tumbling ako lagi sa anak ko, kakahapon. So after that, bumalik na ulit si face-to-face. That time, ang anak ko is mag-grade 3 na. Pero, pasok kami sa regular school, private, walang comprehension. Paano niya sasagutin si teacher? Kung anong sinabi ni teacher, yun lang din ang sasabihin niya. So, syempre, napraning na naman ang nanay, saan ako pupunta na kailangan matulungan ang anak ko? Here comes research neurofeedback. Kasi nasa medical field din ako, may mga kaibigan ako from abroad before na nakakatulong daw. Pagka-research ng neurofeedback, itinuturo ako kay Bihay. That was 2022 and my son is already 8 years old, going 9. So mahirap na talaga siyang habulin because the brain will, development of the brain is 0 to 5, 90%. Then 10% na lang naiwan. Paano na kami? Then, pumunta ako ng Davao with Ma'am Grace. We have 4 months journey. But it's so amazing with Beehive program, in 2 weeks time, kaya na akong sagutin ng anak ko. Kaya na akong makipag-usap sa anak ko. Then, we go back to Cotabato. We go back to regular school. And it is where the development na nakakasabay na siya sa regular kids. But when he reached 9 years old, another struggle again. Because pag may ASD ang bata, meron tayong seizure. Di ba daw? Kasama yon. Ilang percentage ng may ASD is may accompanying seizure. Dumating ulit si seizure. Si seizure naman ang kalaban namin this time. So, first episode, August. Pumunta ako sa neurologist, pero medyo hindi ko masyado muna binigyan, kinuha yung gamot niya. Then, walang seizure. At December, second episode, takot na ako. That's the time I seek your child neurologist recommended by Dr. Grace, Dr. Agisit. So, nagsimula na naman kami ng treatment. Seizure treatment niya is for 2 years. Then after that, again, EEG examination. And last December 2025, it came out normal. So stop medication. Slowly tapering the dose. Then hanggang sa matapos na on February 2026. But on April this year, 3 consecutive seizure attacks in 8 hours. Sobrang natakot talaga ako. Kasi parang yung seizure niya na yun, compared sa previous seizures niya, mas nakakatakot yung presentation. Tumawag ako ulit kay Dr. Agisit para ibalik niya ang gamot. Then that's the time, Ma'am Grace is coordinating with the gut guard, and Ma'am Grace give me product. So that's the time my son Hisham starts taking gut guard. And although he is in grade 6 na, that time, graduate siya ng grade 6, so mag-grade 11 na, but academically, hindi pa siya ganun masyadong nakakasabay, especially math. Kasi nga, dahil nga sa mga nawalang milestone na hindi niya na-develop, so kulang. But, later on, when he is taking gut guard, ang tutor na kapagsabi, Ma'am, I was amazed. Kasi yung mga polygons na hindi niya alam na in one presentation, nagigets na ng anak ko. Ang bilis na kanya processing, ang bilis na kanya catching up. Now, he is already in grade 7 and he is very independent. Pupunta sa school mag-isa. And I am away from home for almost 6 days now. And he is with a helper. He can do it by himself. That's why I'm very thankful to Ma'am Grace and I'm very thankful to God. Kasi without her help, maybe we can achieve this full potential ng anak ko. Kasi reality speaking, kaya ako na-panic because I'm thinking, paano pag namatay ako? Who will take care of my son and how could he live independently? Yung kaya niya ang sarili niya na mabuhay siyang mag-isa. Yun ang kinakatakot ko as a mom. But now, I think I'm confident na kaya niya.
Thank you, Ma'am Amelia Tabayat-Polofer. May we call back on stage Dr. Grace Salazar.